Good afternoon. And adapted the accounts for Q3. Very happy to report that there has been all-round robust growth. And I'll present that to you in a moment. Let me start with the operational part. The company has achieved availability as robust as each quarter, exceeding 99.75 and therefore gets entitled to incentives. The distribution losses achieved in Mumbai were at the lowest 5.6%. Also, both the transmission business as well as the distribution business achieved growth in terms of consumption as also in terms of circuit kilometers added. Let me present to you the highlights of what does it mean in terms of the financial results. The company achieved very good consolidated growth in the revenue numbers, as also in terms of the bottom line. The revenue during the quarter corresponding to the similar quarter FY22 grew by about 16%. However, considering the operational performance, the EBITDA numbers grew by about 29%. So we achieved 1708 crores compared to 1325, which is a very healthy growth. This translated into a rather higher PAT, and that was 478 crore during the quarter on a consolidated basis compared to 277 Q3 of previous year. So that's almost like 73% growth. Eventually, what is most important for us is the cash. And cash profit during the quarter was 955 crores, which after taking care of all one-off items was correspondingly at 714 crores and therefore a growth of 34%. Now that's Adani Transmission on a consolidated basis with outstanding growth. The underlying businesses, both the transmission standalone business as also the distribution business, both registered healthy growth. The EBITDA numbers in the standalone transmission for the first time crossed 1,000 crores. It achieved 1163 crores compared to 814 crores in the Q3 of the previous year. So that's about 43% higher growth in the transmission EBITDA numbers. And this is by virtue of the fact that we commissioned more lines during the year. Similarly, the cash profit, which is what is most important for us, was 710 crore during the current quarter of FY23 compared to just about 470 crores, thereby registering 51% growth compared to Q3 of previous year. Having talked about it, distribution standalone, the total EBITDA numbers were 545 crore, registering about 7% growth. The cash profit just about grew by about 1%. So that's distribution compared to the previous year in terms of how we perform. However, the growth in the overall basis has been outstanding. Now, when we grow, the management's commitment always has been that we will make sure that we grow without impairing any of our ratios. And that's what I wish to present, that our debt numbers stay steadfast and contained. Our net debt to EBITDA is still lower than 4.5, which is what we have been maintaining. And that in comparison to the 5.5, which the rating agencies have permitted us for investment grade. But as I have mentioned before, the management is committed to contain and keep the debt numbers lower and keep our operations robust. And that's what we made sure that our net debt to EBITDA continues to be lower than 4.5. Similarly, the net debt to net worth, typically, as you know, this business gets funded 30-70, 30% equity, 70% debt, and our net debt to net worth continues to be around 2.2. So that's again something that we have made sure that we have adequate control on our debt numbers. The debt service coverage ratio continues to be 1.8 and above. So therefore, there is a very good spread in terms of how the debt service has to be covered. So friends, the performance, the financial performance, as also the performance related to growth, has all been enjoined with tremendous discipline. The company continues to be investment grade. That's been reaffirmed by the rating agencies. Other silver lining that I wish to mention is that our net debt that we had could become a bit more competitive in terms of the fact that by virtue of our few assets acquiring AAA rating, we could actually reduce the overall debt cost by 20 basis points. Interestingly, I realized that the country actually achieved or exceeded the current debt levels by 20 basis points in terms of the interest rates, whereas ATL could achieve 20 basis point reduction. So compared to the market trends, it's actually a 40 basis point reduction to that extent. And that's by virtue of the fact that we could get better ratings on some of our assets. That's the financial results. We continue to stay focused also on the other key important commitment of ours, which is environment, social, and governance, which we popularly call as ESG. The company scored quite well on the external ratings. S&P, Standards and Poor Global did the scoring, and compared to the world electric utility average of 33, ATL scored 64 out of 100. So that's indeed one of the very good ratings. In fact, by virtue of this, we come within the top quartile companies on a global context. Similarly, with regard to the net water positive certification, DNV has certified Adani Transmission to be net water positive. Our entire efforts with regard to SBTi and making sure that the greenhouse gas emissions get reduced was validated by our commitment to make sure that the share of renewables will be exceeded to 60% by 26-27 and 27.5% greenhouse gases will get reduced by virtue of this. So this is an outstanding commitment and is being pursued with tremendous amount of alacrity and tremendous amount of commitment. Now, all of this ultimately is reflected in the fact that the company received World Sustainability or Global Sustainability Leadership Award. Now, this is an outstanding award which has been given from global authorities. Similarly, it got from Frost & Sullivan, which is again one of the very sort of senior appraisers in the industry, Enlightened Growth Leadership Award 2022. Very humbled to have received this, which clearly shows that our ESG disclosures and the glide path is indeed taking us to the right places. The company during the quarter also received certification for Great Places to Work. We are very happy that our teams enjoy being part of this company that cares, and that is a great place to work. The Institution of Chartered Accountant Awards for Excellence in Financial Reporting. This will come very heartening to all our stakeholders, because in terms of an independent award from an institute of that standing, the Indian Institute of Chartered Accountants awarding us excellence in financial reporting for the year 21-22. And we are committed to making sure that our governance and transparency will stay steadfast at the highest levels. The Asset Award. The Asset is a very popular name in Singapore. They gave ESG corporate awards, and the company received Platinum Award category, which is one of the highest awards that they bestowed during the year. Similarly, CII, which is our own Indian outfit, gave Climate Action Program Oriented Award in the energy category to Adani Transmission. So, all in all, it's been a great showing, and one is happy to have received these kind of recognition. I thought the company will continue to be growing with making sure that one eye is kept on the discipline related to the debt, which is what we have maintained all this while. And we will also make sure that our commitment to ESG and our commitment to the standards of performance continue to be one of the benchmarks to the global companies. Thank you.